Good morning, Warriors. I'm Madison.
And I'm Ellie, and this is your Friday, February 19th feature edition of Warrior TV News.
On today's broadcast, we get insight about the new testing formats here at WCHS.
Become familiar with the local dance team as they prepare for a World Championship.
And learn more about the new edition of Chromebooks at our schools.
All this and more on today's feature edition of Warrior TV News.
The new testing at WCHS is going to bring a lot of changes, especially to the sophomores who have to take ISTEP this year. Kaylee C. Wright, Nick Bailey, and Chris Miller put their minds to the test to figure out what the new testing will bring to the students.
This year, WCHS is making some big changes towards the standardized state tests that students are required to take. Warrior TV goes behind the scenes to see what changes are being made and what we can expect to see from the new policies.
We haven't really prepared any differently than we normally would. The purpose of these tests is should be a snapshot as to where the kids are at this point, so there shouldn't really be any need for specific test preparation. I think as a department, especially in the English department, we've altered our lesson plans to be more informational text-based, as that's what we're seeing more on the tests. We do a lot more writing as we get closer to test time, just to be more comfortable with using those types of answers. There aren't any new policies. Just with adding the test in March, it just kind of changes the way you schedule things. So we worked on writing earlier than we would because the test is earlier with it. But as for policies, it's pretty much the same that it's always been.
Before the ISTEP, we had the ECAs. It just really causes a lot of test anxiety, and you stress out over it. You don't get a lot of sleep because you're studying all the time. So I don't think it will give anybody any benefit.
I don't think they'll do much different from the last test.
I take a lot of tests as it is, so I really don't want to take another.
After talking to WCHS staff and students about the new ISTEP testing policies, Warrior TV went to administration to get their thoughts on the new test.
So the new test, it's still those same principles in effect as trying to find that, or trying to effectively measure that for graduation. There is also another piece to these tests that is a measurement of the school and how effective, theoretically, that the school is in providing the education to get kids and students ready. When there's an adjustment like this, or when there's a change in questioning or testing or those types of things, then we get that data back, and now we can use that to make decisions and make adjustments if we need to in our structure and as far as the practices that we have in the classroom. So, students can expect that there aren't going to be a lot of questions that just have them recite facts. They're going to have to be able to take information, understand that information, and then maybe make some comparisons and apply information to come to a conclusion. There's a lot of questioning that is, what is the best answer? So there's part of that critical thinking and analysis on information that they have to come to a conclusion of what is the best answer. Let's say for instance, English, reading through passages, maybe not only one passage but two passages, and then understanding what each of them is saying, and then making comparisons and applying the information that they're getting to come to the best answer.
If students are concerned about new testing, they can see their guidance counselor or see Mr. Holman in the main office. Testing begins 6 days from today. From outside the guidance office, I'm Kaylee, here with Nick and Chris, Warrior TV News.
The guy and girl cheerleading dance is this Friday during halftime at the home basketball game. Come out and support your guy and girl cheerleaders.
Tiffany's Dance Studio, a local studio in Greenwood, are preparing to dance their way to the World's Championship, a competition including teams from all over the world. Hunter Reed, Allie Hahn, and Meredith Cavallari break it down to see how the dance team is preparing to take on Worlds.
Everybody say Worlds, keep it going!
For the dance champion!
Tiffany's Dance Champions is a local dance team here in Whiteland. They've been preparing all season for the upcoming Worlds competition in April. Warrior TV spoke with the coaches and a few members of the team to find out more information about this dedicated group of girls and how they are getting ready for Worlds.
Dance is just something that anyone can really do. You don't have to be on a team to do it. You can do it at home, you can do it anywhere, but it's just the team and, building lifelong friendships. They're hilarious, but they're really hardworking, and they're all very dedicated to what they're doing and trying to accomplish this season.
I would describe my team as a hard, determined, working group of girls.
Senior Hip Hop is a great team. They get along very well together. They push each other. They work and they strive for their goals. They don't give up. We're preparing them by working them really hard on their routine, conditioning them, going over and over any flaws.
My goals this year at Worlds is to place top 10, but nothing less to have my girls have a good time.
After talking with some of the coaches of the dance champions, Warrior TV dances over to the girls themselves and get their opinion on how they're preparing for Worlds.
We've improved a lot over the past couple months with all the conditioning that we do and the cleaning, the intense cleaning that we do every practice. So every competition, there are just people from random teams, random states around the area that compliment us that don't even know us. They're like, oh my gosh, you guys are so good. Like, you guys are so together. Like, just hearing that from people that don't even know us is a pretty good feeling, and it shows that all of our hard work has paid off.
The team atmosphere as we move closer to Worlds, we get really close together. We text and our group message all day, every day, talk about things that we can do to become better and to advance and to possibly place, top 5.
I'm most looking forward to getting to spend time with the team and getting to actually participate in Worlds at such a young age, because I know most people don't get to.
Dancing on stage with everybody watching you is a really awesome feeling, knowing that you've trained for this and that you know what you're doing, and people are like, wow, they're really good, and they want to be like you when they're older. I'd choose this over anything, any day.
Dance champions have been putting hard work in this season to make it the best one yet. Worlds is just a few weeks away, so wish the girls luck this April. From Tiffany's Cheer and Dance Studio, a local business, I'm Hunter, here with Meredith and Allie, Warrior TV News.
Worlds! Lido!
Attention seniors. Scholarship opportunities are still available in the guidance office. Go and get yours today.
WCHS is getting a new addition to the technology culture that will benefit staff and students. Starting next year, teachers and students will start using Chromebooks for their everyday school activities. Kylie Bay, Sam Tesser, and Amir Mukanovich jump into cyberspace to get more insight on how the new Chromebooks are shaping the staff and students' way of education.
The addition of Chromebooks here at Whiteland Community High School has become a subject widely talked about among both students and staff. Warrior TV News takes a deeper look into the school going one-to-one next year and whether or not this will have a positive or negative impact.
I think it makes things easier on my end as a teacher, grading, making things, passing out materials, and I think the kids are more interested in what's going on because it has to do with technology.
There's going to be so many more activities and things that we can do with the Chromebooks that everybody will be able to do. Instead of just having a few computer labs here and there, everyone's going to have access to online materials, different apps and extensions that go along with the Chromebooks that are going to make the way we do things, a little bit different, but I think a lot more interesting for students and teachers.
I think people will be held more accountable for their assignments and for their classwork, and I think it will make students more involved in their learning and their understanding of the material.
After speaking to the administration, Warrior TV went to the students to get their view on the new technological advancements here at WCHS.
In my personal opinion, I do not like Chromebooks because, first of all, it takes time out of our class that we could do hands-on stuff and not with this.
I think they'll affect the school by broadening the spectrum of learning and making it a little bit easier to communicate teacher to student.
You know, I like doing, group work, class assignments that don't involve technology.
I think that the Chromebooks are very beneficial to the education in the school.
With the world becoming an increasingly technologically advanced place, WCHS going one-to-one is a huge step towards that advancement, and we hope to see larger strides taken in the future. From outside the main hall, I'm Sam, here with Amir and Kylie, Warrior TV News.
Come support the boys basketball team tonight at home. JV tips off at 6. Varsity follows. Beat the Artesians. Go Warriors.
And that's all we have for you on this feature edition of Warrior TV News. Until next time,
have a good one.